Alright, hello and welcome to another Told Games Foundry, where we're going to be playing through Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. Yes, the Morrowind chapter of Elder Scrolls Online. It is the first of the major chapters that were released for Elder Scrolls Online. And let's see. Here we go. Got some things going there. Totally professional. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Not really. Anyway, it is the first of the main chapters of Elder Scrolls Online. As you may know, Elder Scrolls Online came out, I think, in 2014, and around a few years back, they released the very first major expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, and that was the Vardenfall chapter, or Morrowind chapter, which opened up the island of Vardenfall. The one after that was, I don't know, I think Elsewhere came after that, then Somerset, and the most recent, no, Skyrim came after that, and the most recent one is Blackwood. So there have been altogether 5 of the chapters, and I played through the Blackwood chapter already, the most recent one, with the character, let's see, what was, just lost her name, Maria Stuarda. Right, the Argonian Maria Stuarda. And there was more content yet to be released there. It's part of an entire storyline that includes a chapter. I'll use, air quotes for that. A chapter and then several DLC packs of dungeons and other minor zones added on. But they've been following that pattern for a few years. A major update and then seasonal minor updates as well. Anyway, they started off with this Vardenfall chapter, and I've been playing Morrowind because I played the original Morrowind game quite a lot, multiple times over the decades. I think it came out in 2001, and I played it back in that time, and I played through the entire thing again in 2010, thereabouts, searching every nook and cranny and gobbling up every bit of lore. And now, 11 years later than that, I'm doing it again. So there's a little bit of a comparison that we can do here between the ESO version of Morrowind and the original Morrowind game. Of course, chronologically they are swapped, so the ESO version happens chronologically before the events in the game Morrowind itself. But that's enough of the introduction. Why don't we jump into the game here? We are partway through events as they are unfolding in ESO. There we are, transitioned over. And gotta bump up my volume here. There we go. We see Contessa Ceprano, who is a Khajiit. She has her friend Miri with her. And we're trying to solve some problems in Balmoran. There were just a couple little loose ends to tie up here. Let me see if I can... more mail. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can jump into my journal and remind myself what we're trying to do here. Yes. So with the revelation of Vea's brother dead, Counselor Eris has asked me to keep his daughter away from Balmoran and House Redoran while he looks into what happened. In the meantime, Ashur asked me to talk to Vea. Vea asked to meet Naryu at Aremin Manor and see if I could find out what the Counselor knows about her brother before Naryu carries out her writ. The manor is located in the swamp near the cave where Vea was hiding. Okay, so we have some Redoran business mixing together with the... Oh, goodness, there's some chat over there. Dismiss that. No distractions. Right, so mixing together House Redoran affairs with the affairs of the not Molag Bal. Goodness, what's it called? Morag Tong. You can see how I got those confused. Alright, anyway, if you are new and watching. I'd love to hear from you. Jump in on the chat, and of course, you can always follow this channel to get notified when I'm going online next. Anyway, RM Manor. Let me just double check this. Yeah, I already picked that up. Seems RM Manor is going to be, yeah, out in that direction, near a left. Not to be confused with a right. Had to be said. So while I run out there, let me see if I can summarize things. There is a Redoran, one of the great houses, Redoran. One of the counselor there has a daughter who doesn't much like her father, has daddy issues, as is very common in Balmoran, it seems. But the reason she has daddy issues is because her brother got exiled. Her brother was a fine, upstanding citizen, but stood up for some Ashlanders when challenged by some of the Redoran guardsmen of Balmoran. Particularly a captain, Bursan, I think his name was. In standing up to them, he wound up being forced to kill one of the Redorans, and attacks against other Redoran is strictly prohibited, and so he was exiled. This was seen as a mercy, because otherwise he would have had to have been executed. But he didn't leave when he was exiled.
It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting.
Well, meanwhile, his sister went to go and figure out what was going on with the brother, joined the Morag Tong, which is an assassin's guild. We took care of some problems, protected Naryu, figured out what was going on with the brother, and then while the counselor looks into how this happened, he's very much upset to hear that the brother is dead. I'm going to be meeting up with my contact in the Morag Tong and the trainer of the daughter, and that's this character here, Naryu Virian. It seems that there is a contract, an assassination contract out on some Redoran noble. I don't think we've found out what the writ is about yet. So before that gets carried out, we're trying to figure out what to do about it. So let's just chat with this person.
I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way?
She stayed in Balmoran. Her father wants me to keep her away from Balmoran while tensions are dealt with. What do we know about her brother's exile and murder?
I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help. First, don't kill any Redorans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Oran's exile, while I figure out how to deal with the counselor. We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morag Tong will have my head.
Right, okay. Very strict rules with the Morag Tong and their writs of assassination. Only assassinate the person on the writ. Do you often receive writs?
It's unusual,
for high-ranking
not
ones?
unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Master is cautious when it comes to accepting such a high-profile writ. Apparently, though, this target has been very bad.
What did the counselor do?
Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House
different
Drez
counselor.
to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redoran and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game, and her coffers were overflowing. Until someone noticed.
Well, that would do
I'm
it.
not
We'll
privy
give her
to
away.
the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She made a mess. Now I get to clean it up, for the good of Dunmer society.
Okay. Did you need to leave Vea
my
behind?
apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot, and her actions reflect on me and my status in the Morag Tong. She may not appreciate that's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vea goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice. On the other hand, if she kills someone without a writ, the Morag Tong takes both our heads.
That's
There
stringent.
had to be. My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback, and only in Dunmer territory. If we can't control the actions of our members, we'll be hunted down and destroyed for sure.
Okay. Oh, what about
We
Ulron?
need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there.
Why was
That's the
Ulron
question, isn't
exiled?
It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who
Story
Ulron's
of that.
torchbug is, we'll have a clearer understanding of why they set him up and why he had to die.
Yeah, why was he set up? We don't know.
I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Both in Balmoran and again in the Ashlander camp. In addition to whatever you can find here, you should also talk to Captain Briven.
Yeah, Captain Briven is the sketchy one here.
Briven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what took place after Ulron left us that message.
Okay. On we go. Looks like there's a delve up to the northwest here. I'm going to be pushing on as many main quests as I can. Okay, I am now trespassing. Miri, it's good to have you along, but I'm actually going to dismiss you. Let's see. We need allies? Yeah, I think that's it. No allies. Goodbye, Miri. Miri really hates it when I get caught. Boy, that didn't take long. I was just standing there, dude. Okay. Redoran Templar. Man, this place is crawling. Oh, Naryu's with me. All right. Traded one Dunmer for another. See if I can sneak in. There's a door here, isn't there? Oh, another sermons. Okay.
The front door's guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks.
By the docks. Okay, well, I guess we'll give that a try. Probably going back to the wall there. She also has a torch. That means she's even more attentive than usual. Contessa Ceprano is a member of the Thieves Guild. Gone quite a ways with that. Wow, okay. wondered if I could get by. Get by him. Not quite, apparently. Okay. I do have some skill points put into sneaking around. Like these. Looks like I can do just a little bit more Thieves Guild stuff to level those up. I'm also a Khajiit, which means... Oh. I should increase my feline ambush to decrease my detection radius. That doesn't sound... by 3 meters. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. So where are these docks? Oh, that might be some docks. These look even more guarded than the front door. Well, got me part of the way there. Avoid. So far so good, haven't killed anybody. What about this warehouse? Anything in here?
This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Got a Blade Master there. And where's he going? Gotta wait for him to come back. Then just go around the things. Okay, he's coming this way. Here we go. Got a hiding spot there, if I need it. I'm gonna need it. There was mention of a house dress as well. House dress doesn't really have a presence in Vardenfall on the island here. Mostly they are active on the mainland, on the continent. But they still practice slavery. They're overall considered not a good house. Okay, into the manor we go.
See what you can find pertaining to Ulran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them.
Okay, so she goes and kills the counselor, and I'll just investigate what's on this. Members of the Redoran Council, the next meeting shall take place at the Redoran Council. Just Balmoran agenda items include current events, territory, please bring all pertinence for your review.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions.
Yeah, okay, so there's a meeting. No information in that little blurb, though. Great, here we go. Advisory. Please be advised this vigilant cautions Ashlander tribes. Savages continue to gather near Aldrune. Savages hamper House efforts to expand into the region. Morag Tong. White House Redoran accepts the will of the tribunal, allows the Morag Tong have authority. We also consider them to be murderers and criminals. View this doubly as other houses have begun to use the Morag Tong undermine Redoran interests. As a general practice, House Redoran will not employ the services of the Morag Tong, nor will it allow the Morag Tong to indiscriminately execute our members. Hlalu. Technically, those consider Hlalu to be a friend. They do practices that undermine Redoran trade routes and business ventures. Hlalu activity around Balmoran, alarming.
So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morag Tong? Fat lot of good that's going to do the Councillor.
Yeah, they also cautioned against House Hlalu. Oop. Man, almost like invisible. Okay. The balcony. Nobody out here. Great. Okay. Letter to Counselor. Fortunate events surrounding the demolition and subsequent banishment of Ulron Relith left the High Council extremely disappointed. This is not what we expected from the promising son of an old and respected family. Your report detailing Ulron's trial, while informative, did nothing to alleviate our concerns in light of what has occurred. High Councilor requests a favor. First, since you operate in the Balmoran region, monitor Councillor Eris's actions for the relative future. Councillor Eris is the councillor in Balmoran whose daughter we are helping. We have every faith in Councillor Eris, but Ulron is his son after all. After that disturbing news about his daughter and the Morag Tong, and you can see why we have concerns. Since this promotion of Brivin Malram to the rank of captain and commander of the Redoran's western forces, interesting, we have received troubling reports of the unauthorized escalation of the use of mercenary company, specifically Feraha's War Claws. That's a band of Khajiiti mercenaries. Contract soldiers are expected to abide by all house laws and regulations, but Feraha's mercenaries tend to deviate from standard practices on a frequent basis. We especially dislike hearing reports of excessive violence with regard to the treatment of Ashlanders. Harsh treatment, as you know, must always be authorized. Use your connection and personal relationship with the Relith family to urge Councillor Eris to get his affairs in order. We would appreciate it if the disquiet in Balmoran settled down before the upcoming council meeting. High Councillor Mariath.
Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Councillor might actually know something about Ulron.
Okay, so now what?
So Councillor Dolvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum.
That is the idea.
Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case.
Yeah.
Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Vea and performing my duty as a Morag Tong.
Yeah, okay. What else
We
about?
discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmoran. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely safe.
All
That
of this
we have
means
to get Dolvra to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvra wields her feminine charms the way I wield.
Keep it down. You'll win this.
Well, okay. Now do I have to go all the way back out again?
Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Okay, into her quarters. Okay, nobody else here. Report from Captain Brivin. Thanks to your impressive recommendations. This is from Brivin. Promoted. Command of forces. I owe you the next time I can get away from my duties. I wonder if she worked her womanly wiles on Briven. Liberty of reassigning most of the soldiers previously under Ulron's command in order to provide them with a chance to start fresh with the new regime. Only Vatalo Temen squad remains intact. They were with Ulron on the day of the incident. I want to personally debrief them before I make any sweeping changes. Okay, so people loyal to Ulron are sent to an old fort west of Balmoran to keep busy. Reconnecting me with the mercenary unit. They have been a godsend for bolstering our presence in the contested territory, unit assignments, yeah, etc., etc. And then we have, let's see.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, come closer so we can celebrate our partnership in a proper fashion.
Wow, that forward, huh? Let's find out about the Hlalus. Your efforts on behalf of House Hlalu excite me to no end. Take this beautiful collection of jewels as a thank you. Hopefully they will keep you enthralled until the next visit. Our mutual associates in House Dress. Just scanning through. Avlela. So she is working with Hlalu as well as House Dress. How do?
Well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Hlalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you to seal our partnership, you understand.
Let's go ahead and use our wiles here. Since I have the persuade skill, I'll go ahead and use it. I'd love to spend time with you, but why don't you tell me about Ulron?
The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff. Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him.
Okay. Apparently she thinks I'm with House Dress.
Ulron's dead? I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
You aren't
So far,
clever
nothing.
enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence.
My goodness. That was
Take
a
look
lot of
around,
blood.
hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron.
Oh, well, I already read the things, but here, I'll go and read them
More
again.
proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Hlalu and House Drez.
Yep. And?
That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices.
The captain is spreading Ulron's soldiers to the four
Or he's
winds.
trying to hide something.
Right.
The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear. I suppose she's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redoran Magister's face when I tell him what his counselor was up to.
One little Morag Tong thing. After you complete your assassination, you have to basically go straight to a guardsman and present your writ to say, this is official business. Anyway, moving on. Talking to Vea is next. It is a little amusing that what's-her-name was just about willing to get in bed with anybody. Oh, still some guards here. The red circle in the bottom left does say that I'm trespassing. So I should be at least a little bit careful. But why don't I, for expediency, go ahead and just stick the way shrine. Back to Balmoran. Okay, I am upstanding. Outstanding. Okay. So Vea is in a tiny little Morag Tong hideout. Assassinations are illegal, but they're still not, people still get mad when you do it, you know? Okay, Vea, here's the good news.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it matters. Oran's dead. What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redoran honor. Still, more
Probably
rules.
shouldn't leave yet.
Thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Oran's death. House councillors, Redoran soldiers, Riven was Oran's best friend.
Oh,
Did you
really?
betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't.
Okay.
Other than Naryu. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry. Provided I can actually get them to talk to me. There's no time to waste. That fort's near the
So,
cave where I was hiding.
guess we're heading to the
Last
fort.
time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed.
Yeah,
I
no
know the
waiting for
process.
Naryu.
Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormoran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oran's death soon. Then blood will flow.
Don't you need a writ?
As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides,
She's not going to follow
find the soldiers,
Redoran
we're probably
or
going to have to
Morag
carve a
Tong
path
rules.
through those cultists. The Morag Tong won't care about that. That's what the
Naryu?
handbook says. Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Naryu. No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. just
I
need
may
to
have
get
to choose
justice
between
for
her and
Oran.
Naryu.
Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled.
Yeah, who's this Vatola Telem?
I know Vatala. He's a
Oh,
typical
Vatala.
Redoran soldier. Loyal to a fault. Always spouting nonsense.
Okay, why didn't Vatola
Oran had a habit of putting the
stand
needs of
up?
others.
Okay, we're done here. Yeah, so, where's the exit? Here we go. The Hlormoran stronghold is next. Where is that going to wind up being? Oh, not too far. West. You know what? I just realized something. I am showing the wrong Morrowind in my summary here. I'll see if I can get that changed. Gonna go to Twitch here. I can't seem to change my... well, maybe if I can edit stream info. Okay, well, title, we'll call it ESO Morrowind. And... yeah, here we go. I can change the game here. Goodness. Okay. All right. Stream is updated. Sorry about the confusion if you're just tuning in. Meanwhile, this is Elder Scrolls Online. This is not just a souped-up version of Morrowind. If you are interested in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, I am playing that alternating with this game. That Morrowind right now I am playing on Sundays, but I have been enjoying myself quite a bit with that game. So we may find that I do it a little more often than that. Well, I guess we'll find out. If you want to see when I'm playing that game, best way is follow the channel and be apprised of when get notified when I'm going online. Or follow me on Twitch, that works too. Anyway, here's Vea.
You're here, I'm here.
Are you here
the
yet?
damn cultist. Naryu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn
should
more
really
about what
wait.
happened. Fine. You wait for Naryu. I'm
All
going
right,
to get
all
orders
right.
to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we search along the outskirts and see if we can pick up their trail.
Okay, so outskirts first before jumping into that old temple. Okay, we got a bedroll.
A bedroll, still wrapped and ready to use. Standard issue for a Redoran soldier.
Okay. Oh, combat. How does this work again? I should get a bear. And if I'm not being sneaky anymore, I should probably... yeah, I'm not being sneaky anymore, so let's go ahead and get my ally back. Never can be surrounded by too many
I could go for a bit of excitement.
Dunmer. Okay.
Move! Now!
I was wondering why I couldn't pick up that bag earlier, when I was doing a bit of exploring in this area. Officer's blade.
Redoran officer's sword. No Redoran soldier would leave that behind willingly.
Okay. What are you doing?
Them out ages ago.
Okay. Okay.
We need to find those.
And oh, it's gonna be upstairs. Oh dear. Well, seems like we're not here on time.
Corporal Darvel. I knew him. But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellen's soldiers inside.
They were basically sent to take care of cultists, knowing that the cultists would very easily take care of them. Oh, hey, look, that. A blueprint. Those are always fun. Clavicus Vial.
Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Yeah, that banner was for Clavicus Vial, so that kind of tells us... that tells us what we're dealing with. Or that tells us the variety of Daedric cults that we're dealing with.
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
Wait, where are you? Hello? Where'd you go? Oh, here we are. Okay.
I'm not sure what you and Vera
Not all
are doing
still
here,
alive.
but let us out. Then we can return Vera to her father. Councillor Eris has been terribly worried since she disappeared. This isn't the
Right.
time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this cage and then... One of the cultists carries the key. I don't think he's too far away. We hear him...
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Okay.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Apparently I don't get to listen in on this chat. Lore book, but no key that way. Guess I gotta go around the other way. Yep, probably right next to...
Ah, another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Summoned a goblin-like creature. Ooh.
That's
Companion
a fair-fetching price.
Cops. Yeah, it should. But even better than that, hey, why don't you put
Find
these
something
on?
interesting.
Yeah, medium armor, that's even better. Increases healing done? Perfect. Nice. And I think I got some other stuff too. I'm gonna just double check that. Head. Yeah, Void Steel Helm. Cowl of the Executioner's Helm. It is technically better. Yeah, I still have enough Witch Knight's Defiance set. Well fitted. Yeah, sure. Anyway. On with the key. Right, they were in here. Alright, we're missing someone.
I knew I shouldn't have told Vera the truth.
Audio file just cut out. Whoops. Let us out of here. We have to stop Vea before she does something she'll regret. Where's Vea?
I told her what she wanted to hear.
That's bizarre. I've never seen this book before. He was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town, set up a situation for Oron to deal with.
My
What kind of
orders were to
situation?
invite the Ashlanders to...
to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a common, then get Ulron to investigate. Just to be a loyalty test. Who expected Ulron to kill his own soldier and save a savage? Who were...
Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant...
Right. You need to let me out of here so I can warn the captain. You led Ulron into a trap and sent Vea off in a foul temper. I'm going to just leave you here. Yeah.
How dare you! When House Redoran hears about this, you're going to regret your...
Yeah, I might regret my actions. I'm just going to leave you there, though. Okay.
Let's ride!
You got it. So Ulron's own soldiers were put against him. This reminds me I should stop by the...
Get your ass over
yeah,
here,
this
hero.
place here.
We've got a situation and it's not good.
Oh, I'll be right with you, are you? Where are you? Now, are you? I heard you yelling at me. Where are you? Alright. Here we go.
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good.
Alright. On we go.
I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Vea leave the safe house? And why is House Redoran tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea.
Briven gave the order.
Well, that explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redoran soldiers. If Vea kills Briven without a writ, the Morag, Tong, and House Redoran will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the kin house. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Vea's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
Yeah, okay.
Scour the streets, search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
Well... Redoran kin house. Oh boy. Redoran soldiers are dead.
Woman, she killed them all. Didn't say a word, just walked in.
Where did she
headed
go?
Upstairs to Captain Briven's apartment. No, she don't.
Just the soldiers. Well, that's not gonna make things any better. Oh boy. What's this all about? A pierced note. You took what I love, now I'll do the same?
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers?
Oh dear.
If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmoran, and Briven is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I've had more than enough excitement. I
What
could
did she
barely make sense
say?
of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. She
Didn't
had a
harm
knife,
her?
but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. You shouldn't get involved.
That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers.
Garrison north of Balmoran.
The meeting is taking place at the garrison north of... Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek.
Yep.
Griffin is the finest soldier I know. He'll set Vea straight. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's not the way we hear it. Carrot soup. No, thanks. Alright, Naryu. Where are you? Yeah.
Why carry on?
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redoran garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain. We have to get to her before she gets to Brivin. She murdered soldiers without a writ.
Yeah.
This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play...
Yeah, Vea's not going to make it. Oh, north.
What is with all the Redoran soldiers? Did something happen?
I wonder if it has something to do with the Councillor's daughter. She's been missing for weeks now.
Guard every exit. If Vea tries to get into or out of the city, we'll find her.
Good time for that sorrowful Morrowind music to be playing. You know, there was mention that Balmoran was built near an old Dwemer bridge over the river. I don't know what bridge they referred to when I read that. Because that's definitely Dunmer architecture. And that's Daedric. Yeah. Alright, so let's find our way north. Okay. Dead Vea? Nope, just Naryu.
I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of Redoran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Brivin wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the council.
Yeah, war claws?
Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect that the war claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redoran blood off my hands.
Sure.
Let's go stop Vea. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front doors are only...
Okay, front door it is. Don't mind that at all. Yeah, just don't mistake me for a Warclaw. Okay. Redoran Garrison. Redoran is a warrior whose duty is first to the tribunal, second to Redoran, and third to family and clan. A lot of duty for Redorans. Okay. Wait, what's the name of this place?
Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Rhea skewers him. Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and...
I don't know. If he attacks us, we get to defend ourselves. That's part of how it works, right? One small side note is that if you join the Redoran in Morrowind, the game, you get a house, like you do for any of the 3 great houses, but it's quite a nice house. The character Oya that I'm playing in the Morrowind game, she is more of a warrior type herself. She's dressed in Dark Brotherhood vestments at the moment and wields a short blade, but she's actually better with a long blade. Anyway. You know, I'm a little bit tired of fighting things, and I'm feeling the need to get on with the plot, so let's pull the dungeon.
Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero.
Heal me.
Aid me!
Harry, could you finish that last one off? Oh, come on. Update?
I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. It's
One other
always
way.
important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a stair, and I'll figure out how to get this door.
She does like her wine, doesn't she? Okay, downstairs. So, through the kitchen, through the window, through the doors. Oh, yeah, leave me alone. Let's get on with things.
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Redoran, yes?
Ah, that's what they're looking for.
Kill the intruders. They have interfered for the last time.
Okay, now we get to the boss. Take care of Ferhara herself.
Sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself!
They attacked me. Ooh, a lead. 6th house ritual table. That sounds fun.
What in the name of the 3 are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. Not to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you.
Yeah, she wants to kill you.
Rhea, she's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councillor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan.
Okay. Yeah,
You're
who
looking
did?
for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House, to show that Oren's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out. A test Oren failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
That's for Oren. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Thea actually did it. She killed Brivin in cold blood.
Her blood was pretty hot, actually.
Thea killed Brivin without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Thea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me both.
Why do we want to save Eris and the rest of the counselors?
I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Thea can't be allowed to kill the counselors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vea's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance.
So
we have to get ahead of her. Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down.
Okay. Here's the meeting hall. I heard some people talking. Yeah. High Counselor Maria.
Vea's getting close. We're running out of time.
Oh. Can't just jump down there, huh? Alright, stop playing around. Alright, let me through this door. There we go.
Let me try to open this door.
Daughter, I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can. That's why I have to do this.
That's an order.
So much for orders. Well, that was brutal.
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the counselors have to die.
All the counselors? The entire house? No.
No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today.
Enough, Thea. This isn't the way.
Yeah.
Thea's down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another.
Do you?
The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she?
Well, used to.
It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out.
Right.
Eris was wrong. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then
Right.
the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was
Right.
to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Briven for the part he played.
So they were already gonna take action against them.
House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day.
Really?
Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Veya died protecting her father and the Council from the War Claws.
Just sweep it under the rug?
Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the Council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished.
Not the best solution.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet.
Oh,
She's still me.
interesting.
The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that. But it still feels wrong.
Well, so... This is a tough choice. Which way do we go? If you're watching, you have input on this, by all means, jump in. I think I'm going to have to go with what would Contessa Ceprano do, and Contessa Ceprano is all about the second chances, so I guess we're going to have to go that way.
You're right. If anyone's to blame for all this, it's me. I wasn't...
All
Go
right.
on. I'll get her out of here before the council notices and meet you in Balmoran.
Alright. Is there an easy way out? Okay. Hopefully... Yeah. Alright, so we have to walk most of the way back. Really? And there are still war claws about. Oh, great. Here's the door. Okay. And out we go. Back to Balmoran next. Cleared out of thin air. There's a little blip on my map just to the northwest, and I'm wondering what that is. Ah, that's part of the main quest. Okay, I'll be with that in just a moment then. Boy, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons. Balmoran. Well, this is a very sad ending.
How many times have I told you not to stick your blade in your apprentice's, Nayu? She'll live, but she can't stay here. Not after what she's done.
I've got that covered. They won't be staying in Vardenfell.
Stop sticking your blades in your apprentices. Something tells me this has happened more than once.
Ashur did an outstanding job. For an assassin, he's got a gift for the healing arts. Veya's going to live. Now I just have to convince her to listen to me this time.
Yeah.
And as far as she knows, she did. Now Veya needs to disappear. Otherwise, both Redoran and the Morag Tong will go after her. Believe me, nobody survives that kind of attention. I've arranged for a ship captain I know to meet us in Vivek City. From there, Veya will sail to Somerset and rendezvous with an associate of mine. He's kind of furry and a bit of an arse, but he's good people. He'll take care of Veya.
I have a feeling that's a stub for later.
As long as everyone sticks to the bargain, I go about my usual business. A writ here, a nice bath there, maybe a few intimate encounters along the way to relieve the tension, you understand? I just hope Veya's good with all this. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember me by until we meet again. I hope you don't leave here with the impression that all dark elves are conniving dirtbags. Some of us are also kind of sexy. Like me, for instance.
Boy, there's a come on.
What happened? Quiet, Veya. Rest now. We can talk later.
So, I've got some appearance stuff. Let's check it out. Head marking. Morag Tong face tattoo. Well, that doesn't help her at all, does it? Alright. What was the other one? Body marking. Right now I have Ysgramor's body markings. Can't see it. Just gonna... take this off for just a moment here. Right now I have Ysgramor's body markings, which is this nice blue pattern. I like it that it kind of sticks out in contrast to the black. It's a light, bright color. So for these body markings, let's see what happens. Dwemer body markings, also kind of neat. A little much though. Horror, desiccated skin, not into that. Maddening mishap, more scarring, not into that. Morag Tong body tattoo. I don't see a tattoo. Oh, there we go. So it kind of lightens everything up, and then you can see a faint shadow of something. I also have this one. That one looks nice on the red prefer. Scrying Eye. Still, I think you'd agree, that one is by far the coolest. So, I'm gonna stick with that. Put some armor back on. There we go. There's pretty good coverage with this armor, but you can see at least a little bit of it kind of showing through the sides there, through the straps. So, there we go. Alright. Sure. What do you say?
This goes against every protocol, but I couldn't let poor Vea bleed to death. I patched all the holes you people put in her.
Yeah, okay.
Vea needs her rest. I don't...
Alright. Well, that should mean... There we go. Now I got a white icon for Balmora. I resolved Relis family matters in the city of Balmora. And I accomplished everything there is to do in the Balmora area. Time to proceed on. Need to head towards Aldrun to continue divine inquiries. So, when we last left off, Vivek, the warrior, poet, living god, member of the tribunal, tasked me with investigating 3 different things. There were cultists, a mage, and something else. And I had to figure out what was going on with all of those things and sucking away Vivek's power. There were cultists in Balmora. I honestly don't remember what their deal was. But the mage is going to be related to Sophisil somehow. I don't know exactly how. But we'll figure that out. Looks like the next stop, though, is Aldrun. So
Rosie, where are you?
Figure out what's happening in Aldrun. Hi.
Come back, Rosie.
Rosie?
Oh, you there?
You have a pet
I
netch?
know it may be strange.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll come back. Oh, she must be so frightened.
That is not a quest, so we'll just ride on by. Who's that over there? Red Exile Butcher. Doesn't sound good. First order of business for Aldrun. Well, after we
I
check in
demand to
here.
see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them.
Well, here's a mage.
You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly.
Yeah, well,
Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is.
she seems to be dressed as an Ashlander.
Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander.
What do you need?
Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrun is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother.
No idea who Chodala is.
My brother, Chodala,
Oh,
is
Chodala.
the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador.
Okay.
I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead.
Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation. No, just our tribe, the Ursulaku. Though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Aldrin.
So Ursulaku is an important tribe in Morrowind, later on in the timeline. I don't recognize Chodala, or whoever this person is.
My brother and I have always worked to help our people, and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation...
Okay, so what is he like
that's
now?
Not something I'm ready to talk about with an
no,
outsider.
Not. I need to
Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and
bribe
willingness
her
to
1,000
help us,
septim and maybe
my
she'll
brother in more
start
detail.
talking.
Perhaps.
It's a joke, there are no septim in this game.
That's not our goal. But the
Okay.
tribes will defend themselves.
What about the Red Exiles? Violent, dangerous Ashlanders.
Dangerous Ashlanders, who are, as you saw.
Yeah, okay. So I don't remember Aldrun being a Ashlander settlement. Oh, you know what? I believe it's a Redoran settlement in Morrowind. So they're accounting for the timeline here that Redoran did in fact push into Ashlander territory.
Get back, you
Red
fetcher!
Exiles. There's a book nearby. A lore book. Meeting with Chodala. I guess that was the lore book itself. Chodala, Neverine, and wielder of Sunna Ra. Compiled by Dakin. Quick read here. Demonstrated the power of the staff our warband helped him acquire. He called the staff Sunna Ra. Sunna Ra grants me the strength of a god. Okay, so he has a staff. Okay, we have a Chodala that's proclaiming himself to be the Nerevarine. That's a problem because he's not. Red Exiles shall be my enforcers. Zashten shall be my champion. We have a meeting with the wise woman Dovrosi to ratify my claim as the Neverine. Okay. So the tribunal does not take kindly to people calling themselves the Nerevarine. He's gonna get hunted down. Probably by me.
You seem to have survived your
No, but I
visit to
found
the
this
Red
record of
Exiles
this
camp.
meeting. Oh. Okay. Miri. Man and Marco added to costumes? I must have just hit a new level. Let's see this costume. When you reach champion levels, every now and then they give you a new new outfit. So I have the Dark Seducer outfit, which I will admit works really neat with my body paint there. Golden Saint. Kind of works well as well. about Mana Marco. Let's see what this is all about. Oh. So you get to dress as if you were Mana Marco. Not as interesting. Back to my Markarth get-up.
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's the Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash.
Okay, so what's the Nerevarine?
You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, before they claimed to be gods, until they betrayed him.
Well, that's not what the Tribunal say. The Tribunal don't... They don't say that the Tribunal betrayed Nerevar.
So our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise, despite Vivek's claims to the contrary.
So Ashlanders believe one thing, mainstream Dunmer believe another.
The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the Nerevarine.
She's saying Nerevarine, but I'm pretty sure it was Nerevarine. Anyway, that make Morrowind great again. I think this came out before the campaign that makes that phrase sound so ominous. Well, anyway, I don't believe Chodala's claim.
The prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal. I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Chodala and some Ashlanders.
He wants a war now. I thought you said he wanted peace.
Dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost
Okay,
traditions.
what is this new power that he has? Oop.
Chodala stopped confiding in him. Chodala discovered new power. All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness more vibrant, more commanding. He's always been strong, but now he's fearless, practically in... Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevarine.
So he's got a fancy new staff, and now he thinks he's all powerful. Okay. Well, this seems to be my current quest. Yeah, okay, so it's bad news. No follow-up quest, though. Well, let's make our way up to Aldrune, see what if there's a quest stub there. Yep, there's one. Dreleth Hlaren. But, you know, runestones. Come on. Okay.
Ah, a fellow outsider in this inhospitable Sea of Ash. I wonder if we might help each other.
Yeah, all Ashlanders here. Alright.
Dreleth Hilaran of House Redoran at your service. Though I doubt I'll be very useful here. This is Ashlander country, and they've made it clear I'm not welcome. It's my fault, really. I made a mess of their customs when I arrived.
He has that curlicue beard thing going on from whatever. What's that TV Hunger Games, I think. Yeah.
I'm researching for my family's ancestral tomb, you see. My research led me here, to Aldrin. It's hard to believe, but I think my family may have settled here for a time. When I arrived, I immediately started asking questions. I was... unfortunately, yes. I wonder if I might... First, pay respect to Farsia Quanta. She walks the Red Path this year, and it's customary to wish her well. Request to take part in the offering to the first Ashkans. Do that, and you should be able to ask their wise woman about the tomb.
Sure. Frankly, I don't remember too much about Alderun in the original game. Frankly, I don't remember too much beyond Balmoran. So, lots to look forward to in the other stream. For now, though, it looks like Aldrun is a purely Ashlander settlement. It's kind of cool. Okay, so Ashkan is leader of the people and a wise woman guides them. That's the way of things here with the Ashlanders. There really isn't too much to do here. No services or anything, so let's just talk to this Farseer Quanta.
Your footsteps are as loud as a Kaguri's. What is it you want, Outlander?
She's blindfolded like a moth priest. If you know your Elder Scrolls lore, of course. Come to pay respects.
Then you have my thanks, and my curiosity also. Outsiders rarely show us such respect. When they do, it is always because they want something. What do you want?
Well, I do want something.
You would honor our ancestors. Very well. I give you my blessing. You hesitate. Shall I? For Ahemusa, an ashen fern. For Erobeninsum, the weapon of an exile slain by your hand. For Ushalaku, the bones of a Gwar returned to ash. Yes, though becoming is a clumsy word for it. Every daughter of Vela.
Okay. A fetch quest. Seems all of these things are on the western side of things. Great. So, just out of curiosity, there is another quest. There's a tower somewhere for the main quest. Where's that at? Oh, it's way out over there. Yeah, I'm not going to get to that anytime soon, so let's deal with some things here in Balmoran. And... there's a big gate up there. I wonder what that's all about. Getting through that. Gotta go the long way. I don't recall. I don't think in Elder Scrolls 4 you were able to do any flying, but you did still have that ability in Morrowind. In Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. Flying, of course, opens up a lot of problems in terms of designing the world and getting around barriers and whatnot. Anyway, obtain the bones of a fallen guar. Here's a guar that I did not kill. Complete with a cliff strider. Okay, what's in there? Jeweled, may as well go on this quest. Jeweled Cuddle. Tell you what, let's go south first. Maybe we'll be able to fit in that delve while we're at it. Oop, a lot of water here. And back in Warclaw territory.
Beck, I hope you're watching.
Oh, right. Now there's the whole trespassing issue. Gonna wind up with a bounty just for walking by. So I think I'm on the lookout for whatever that is. Ashen Fern. I'm sure there were other ferns I could have picked up. Oh well. Okay, let's get off this area. Now there's a delve just to the north of me. I think I'm gonna pause this collection quest and see what that's all about. You can see the quest stub there for it. I need a way to get rid of this bounty anyway.
You there. Keep your head down and come here.
What do you need?
Hope you're not looking
Oh, an
for
orc.
passage off the island. The crew's on shore leave, see? The permanent kind.
What
Ugly
happened?
business. A deal. got
Orc
buried.
boss, rope
I work
fish,
for an
people
orc
smuggler,
bushman,
slaves.
Hartog.
Pay
We're
us.
rope
Oh!
fish.
They smuggle slaves. Out.
Slaves pay us out the arse for a trip to the mainland. When the Kamana Tong found out, they wanted in. Gartok told them, yeah. Came down on us like an arse-branded ogre.
Okay.
Good on you for doing this, mate.
So, simple enough. The Kamana Tong is a crime syndicate. They love dealing in skooma and slaves. So, we're going to help out this sailor. Got a bunch of people to free. Should be easy enough. Let's start right. No, let's start front. Nope, I'm not going to start front. That's the exit
Roll!
path.
Roll if you can!
Roll if I can. Like that. Actually, I think if I remember right, I get a speed advantage when I do a roll. Okay.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Okay. Well, looks like this one didn't make it. Okay, so we'll take the blood-soaked letter to his loved ones. Let's run on until we get to that stone I see on my map. If you're new to these ESO streams, I do play with a few key helpful mods. One of them is a mini-map, another one tells me where there are sky shards available. These are collectibles. The sky shards, if you get 3 of them, you gain a skill point. Nothing game-breaking by any means. Let's proceed on to the next waypoint here. If I cast that spell to summon a little Betty Netch, it restores my stamina. Oop, almost went past it. Gotta go down in here. Okay, Miri, here I am. Old rust pie. Alright. If I take care of this guy, that's probably going to give me the achievement and mark this. Mark this area as completed.
You don't come by those too often.
Defiler's boots. Those sound good, actually. Let's take a look. Part of the Defiler set, medium armor. Perfect. Stamina, block. Alright, great. And they are for CP, that's champion point 100. After you hit level 50, then you get into champion points, and all of the XP that you gain that would have gone towards levels goes towards champion points instead. And we have a Argonian here.
Please,
still alive.
Do not hurt me. Wait, who are you? You do not serve the commandant.
Yep.
Yes, I think so. Did you find Mopka? Jari? I knew it. I will.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you get out of here? Slavery falls in and out of favor in Morrowind. In this time period, Morrowind has signed the Ebonheart Pact and is part of a triumvirate known as Ebonheart. Hello. Over here. Oh, just part of a triumvirate that includes Nords and Argonians. But not everybody recognizes that triumvirate, including you're looking a little worse for wear, dude. There you go. Yeah, let's go to the west. Start running through. The Ebonheart Pact has abolished slavery, but not everybody is acknowledging the Ebonheart Pact. In particular, House Telvanni.
Come down from there, slave! Unless you'd prefer to lose some fingers.
Do not put me in chains again.
From the sides!
Oh, anyway, later on, the Empire is formed. Yes, there are Imperials in this age, but the Empire, as we know it in the majority of the games, here we go. Well, the Empire abolished slavery, except in Morrowind, and where they are permitted to keep it.
I was
Then
near
it's
to
gone
slitting
again
my
later.
own wrists. If it's to be slavery or suicide, difficult to say. Slaves are a valuable commodity, far less than he deserved. A turtle heart beats in Kartag's chest. Hard on the out. Slave?
Okay. Wait.
Thank you, stranger.
Why don't you go
Slave?
find him?
Do you not mean slaves? Mob carries.
Okay. Good. Now he's on his way. I think I need to find a captain or a first mate or somebody. Somebody from the crew. You know, this is a heck of a lot of Kamana Tong for so few slaves.
Let the beast bleed. A slow death is all he deserves.
Well, that orc looks dead.
I need healing.
You are the healing. Void Seal Cuirass of Magica. Well. Okay. Find Kartag. Well, that's him, isn't it? No, I guess maybe not. Here he is.
Killed by a damned elf. What a way to go. Looks like you came up short.
Yeah, poison.
It's poison, see? Dirty little shrimp knew she couldn't. Moloch, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like the way they asked. You.
Okay. The Kamana Tong wanted the ships to go the other direction, I guess. In the game Morrowind, slavery is still permitted on the island of Vardenfall. This is something that was arranged by the Emperor as part of an armistice. But there is a slave-freeing faction that you can kind of join in there called the...
I really don't like your odds.
What are they called? Twin Lamps. You really don't get much from being part of it, but all of the slaves that you count go towards your reputation among Twin Lamps. That's kind of cool.
There you are. I heard about it.
Continue the work.
Damn.
Okay.
He's dead.
Mother Morrowind has her eye on you.
Here we go. Gained a fitness point. I'll see how far I can push into this Aldrun quest. But probably need to call it quits pretty soon. Obtain a weapon of the exiled. Okay, so red exiles. I just need to kill them, I think, maybe? Yep, okay. Kill a handful of them. And I think I have all of the things I need. Nope, I need to go into maybe a Quama mine, an egg mine. Couple of things. Oh, come on. It's just. A jeweled cuddle above. Okay. Hello, chest. Well, I guess I'll stop for that. Okay. Maybe we should be able to take care of that other thing. Okay. Got it. And now it's up above somewhere. Yep, got a mine. Ashimanu Cave. Any visit to a grotto occupied by these wild animals? Yeah. So, as it was explained in the other Morrowind stream, these are creatures that lay eggs. And they lay them underground. In general, the workers... Well, only some varieties are violent.
I never used to fight this much, until I met you.
The workers and the warriors. I think in general you're supposed to leave the workers alone. At any rate. Supposedly they are tameable. They answer to a queen. I guess that's the queen there. Go ahead and take some jeweled cuddle. One is not supposed to attack the queen. The eggs are apparently quite nutritious. Well, somebody didn't last. Okay, let's get out of here. Go ahead and get my thing up so I get a little bit more stamina even as I'm running and using it. I think I went past the exit. Here we are. And backpack empty, Vardenfall climb. Getting a lot of phone calls for some reason. Okay. Nightwood. Sounds good. I think that's a new variety of wood that I haven't seen yet because I only just now got to champion point 100. Well, tell you what, I'm actually gonna get Ronda's ancestral tomb discovered. Oh. Guess it's up there. I got a... Oh, it's a waste shrine that I discovered, perhaps. Well, there's also this. I can get a rubbing. Alright. Waste shrine, then back to Aldrin. Okay. Now I go in and I gift all of these various things to the... I place them in front of their tents. Or what they call them, their... huts.
You will... It's not that I'm above bribery, it's that...
Oh man,
I don't
really?
like you. I love a good chase.
I guess I wasn't in that dungeon long enough. Gonna leave me alone now? Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna get very far with this quest, so I think I'm actually gonna call it here. Head back to the other scene. Transition, there we go. Alright, so most of today was just figuring out what was going on with I've already forgotten their names. Naryu and Vea? Does that sound about right? Anyway, heading with some Morag, Tong, and Redoran business. Took care of that. And then we started poking around Aldrun and dealing with these Ashlanders and various things. And oh yeah, a slight little detour there with orc sailors that are trying to ship out slaves, save slaves. So anyway, that's what we were able to accomplish. I did want to leave a couple of minutes here at the end, though, to mention that this is probably going to be the last of the Elder Scrolls Online streams that I do. One of the reasons is that, well, I've enjoyed my time in ESO, but, you know, I've had my fill at this point. You've probably noticed that I'm doing a lot of running through dungeons now, rather than fighting all of the things in between here and there. And that's because, well, the combat system is getting a little on the monotonous and tedious side. I don't really have any more skills that I want to try out or do anything different with. The stories that are in here, the quests, are all very lore dependent. I mean, there's a lot of lore in them, and they're deep stories. That whole series with Vea and her father, for example, very cool. But there are other things that have stories like that too, so I'm gonna be moving on. The main thing that's gonna do it is that I have an ESO Plus account presently, and I'm gonna be letting that account lapse. So I can't just harmlessly run about the countryside picking up everything and having it all go into my unlimited capacity craft bag. So I schlepping things back and forth between my bank and trying to spread things out among characters, that's what I would wind up having to do without the ESO Plus account, so I'm going to let that slide. However, I will be continuing with the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind streams, and so unless I say otherwise, I'll be doing that on Sundays and on Wednesdays, doubling up twice a week with that Morrowind. And because I enjoy it, I might even find some other times throughout the week to pop on and do a little bit more. Because, again, I'm enjoying that one. Even as old as the game is and as clunky as some of the interfaces are, the music is still there, the feeling of exploration and oddities just under the surface is still in there for me. So I'm enjoying myself with that game. So those streams will continue. The times for the streams, generally it happens on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, which we are just finishing up. The other one is on Sundays at 2 p.m., both Pacific time, of course, because I'm in the Seattle area. So I hope, one, that you will follow this channel. That way you get notifications whenever I am about to go live. It also helps boost this channel's presence so more people might happen upon it and check it out. Second, if you happen to be on Twitter, I do have a Told Games Twitter account, so that's at Told Games. And you can follow along there too. And I usually am pretty good about tweeting, say 15 minutes before when I'm about to go on. So doing those couple of things will help me out quite a bit. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this stream. We'll see you on Sunday, if not sooner. Thanks for watching the Told Games Foundry, playing through ESO. See you next time.